Slivers are my favorite tribe in Magic the Gathering. You can't deny how absurdly synergistic these little hive-minded monstrosities are. So, what are the best slivers in all of Magic? Love them or fear them? These are the slivers that define the tribe. For over 20 years, I've played Magic the Gathering, the greatest game ever made. Now, I'm counting down its most powerful, iconic, and surprising cards. I'm Weston Whitlock, and this is MTG Top 10. Kicking things off at number 10 is Necrotic Sliver. For 1 black, 1 white, and 1 generic, you get a 2/2 that reads, all slivers have pay 3 generic mana, sacrifice this permanent, destroy target permanent. This one turns every sliver you control into a walking Vindicate. This is a powerhouse in any sliver EDH deck, especially when you're running recursion. At number 9, it's Sliver Gravemother, the brooding force from Commander Masters. For Wooburg, you get a 6/6 that reads, the legend rule doesn't apply to slivers you control. Each sliver card in your graveyard has Encore X, where X is its mana value. For Encore 5, you pay 5, exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Giving your slivers Encore is nuts in a tribal deck. Suddenly you're swarming the board with hasty, temporary copies, triggering the enter the battlefield effects multiple times. It's not in every slivers list, but when it fits, it dominates. Number 8 is one of my personal favorites, Hibernation Sliver. For 1 black and 1 blue, you get a 2/2 that reads, all slivers have pay 2 life, return this permanent to its owner's hand. Going to lose a sliver in combat? Bounce it. Someone casts a board wipe? Save your whole army. It's annoying, slippery, and incredibly hard to deal with. Basically everything a good sliver should be. Number 7 will make your opponents groan in annoyance. Introducing Harmonic Sliver. For 1 green, 1 white, and 1 generic, you get a 1/1 that reads, all slivers have, when this permanent enters, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Enchantments and artifacts won't last long, especially in a deck that floods the board. It turns your swarm into a constant source of disruption, and it hurts people running combo pieces or stacks tools. Keep in mind that this is not a May ability, so be careful if your opponents don't have any targets on the battlefield. Most slivers have a single ability, but this one actually has 2. At number 6, we have Cloud Shredder Sliver. For 1 white and 1 red, you get a 1/1 that reads, sliver creatures you control have flying and haste. Suddenly, your opponents don't have a turn to prepare. They're probably just dead. It's cheap, aggressive, and a must-have in any sliver deck that wants to end things quickly. At number 5, we've got the big beefy anthem, Sliver Legion. For Wooburg, you get a 7/7 that reads, all sliver creatures get +1/+1 for each other sliver on the battlefield. That escalates fast. With just 5 slivers, each is 4 power and 4 toughness bigger. It turns your board from a bunch of weirdos into a one-shot kill machine. I'm cheating a bit at number 4 because I'm naming 2 slivers, Mana Weft Sliver and Gemhide Sliver. Functionally, they're almost identical and they both definitely deserve a spot. For 1 green and 1 generic, you get a 1/1 that reads, slivers have tap this, add 1 mana of any color. They turn every sliver into a mana dork, which is insanely powerful in a 5-color deck. Ramping into your bigger threats, fixing your mana, these guys enable everything. Coming in at number 3 is the queen herself, Sliver Queen. For Wooburg, you get a 7/7 that reads, for 2 mana, create a 1/1 colorless sliver creature token. She may be old school, but she still brings the heat. Making a 1/1 sliver token for just 2 mana might not sound that wild, but in a deck full of synergy, that's more mana, more buffs, more triggers, and more wins. She's a combo engine and a value engine all in one. She also goes infinite with mana echoes. Number 2 is Chaos, synergy, and card advantage warped into one 5-color nightmare, the first sliver. For Wooburg, you get a 7/7 that reads Cascade. When you cast this spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exiled cards at the bottom in a random order. And then here's the good part. Sliver spells you cast have Cascade. Cascade on every sliver, it's just disgusting. Suddenly your 5-drop sliver brings along a 4-drop, then maybe a 3-drop, maybe a 2-drop, you get the idea. It adds value and speed. This is how Slivers snowball. It's a top tier commander in its own right. All right, before we hit number 1, let's give a quick shout out to some Slivers that almost made the list, but still deserve some love. Our first honorable mention is Sliver Overlord. For WUBRG, you get a 5/5 that reads, Sliver creatures you control have indestructible, which means damage and effects that say destroy, do not destroy them. Giving your entire army indestructible is nothing to scoff at. This one is annoying to deal with and turns board wipes into jokes. It's a little too expensive and passive to break into the top 10 though. Our next honorable mention is Lava Belly Sliver. For 1 red, 1 white, and 1 colorless, you get a 2/2 that reads, Sliver creatures you control have, when this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker, and you gain 1 life. The reason this Sliver didn't make the top 10 is because it's really only good as a combo piece. Here are some examples. Pause the video if you want to read it. Our final honorable mention goes to Crystalline Sliver. For 1 white and 1 blue, you get a 2/2 that reads, all Slivers have Shroud, which means they can't be the target of spells or abilities. Shroud on all your Slivers is powerful, sometimes too powerful, since you can't target your own guys either. Still, it protects your board like nothing else. And finally, at number 1, the king of consistency, the ruler of the hive, and my personal favorite choice for the best Sliver commander, Sliver Overlord. For WUBRG, you get a 7/7 that reads, for 3 mana, you can search your library for a Sliver card, reveal that card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. You can also pay 3 mana to gain control of target Sliver, and that effect lasts indefinitely. Why is Sliver Overlord the undisputed king? Because tutoring for any Sliver over and over is absolutely busted. Need ramp? Grab Mana Weft. Need removal? Grab Necrotic. Need a win con? Grab Queen or Legion. Sliver Overlord makes your deck a toolbox, a combo engine, and a beatdown deck all in one. And don't sleep on his second ability when paired with Amoeboid Changeling. He's the ultimate Sliver commander, and nothing else really comes close. So there you have it, my top 10 Slivers in all of Magic the Gathering. If you love swarms, synergy, and spicy 5-color nonsense, there's really nothing like them. Did I miss your favorite Sliver? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe for more Magic Top 10s every single week. This has been Weston with MTG Top 10. Thank you for watching, and may your hive always grow stronger.